knees and take a block and put that third block in between your thighs. Okay, and you want to bring that third block all the way. Remember how we did it last week? You want to bring it all the way up into your crotch. So you want it touching your pelvic floor. And then come into a child's seat. So keep your toes tucked under and your seat on your heels. Reach your arms forward. Then press into your hands and lift your knees up, coming into a downward facing dog. So help her, so let's try this again. So let's do this again. You're going to walk your knees back a bit, okay? Tuck your toes under like that. Push your butt to your heels. Now reach your arms forward, forward, forward. Keep your elbows off the ground. Press into your hands. Don't relax. I don't want you to relax. Lift your knees up, downward dog. You can't do that if you relax. So not everything is relaxation. Sometimes that happens when you kind of give people directions on how to kind of come into an asana. Immediately they think that you want them to relax. We're not going to relax for a while. You're going to work. So can just breathe, inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, parallel the feet just a little, exhale 4, so they're more like that instead of turned out, exhale 5, inhale, exhale 6, inhale, exhale 7, exhale 8, inhale, exhale 9, inhale, exhale 10. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Look at the wall in front of you and squeeze your block. So don't look at the floor, look at the wall in front of you. Now push the floor away from you. Inhale, dome your upper back. Exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3. So push from here. Exhale 3, good. Inhale, exhale 4. Push me away here. Inhale, you're dropping down, push away. Exhale 5, push up. Inhale, exhale 6, there. Inhale, engage your legs. Exhale 7, inhale. Exhale 8, inhale. Exhale 9, inhale. Exhale, go back, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Good for you. Soften your knees, walk your feet forward till your feet are flat on the floor. Your feet are going to still be about hips width distance apart. Your hands about 8 to 10 inches in front of your feet. Now, if your hands are lifting up and you're on your fingertips, lift your blocks up and lift your blocks up to whatever height you need. You can even bring them up to the higher height if you want to. Let the back of your head be heavy. So look back at your own shins. Inhale. Exhale, try to lift the block up a little bit. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Now bend your knees a little bit. Take the block out from between your legs. Put the block behind you on the highest setting. So all the way up to the highest setting. And then step your feet out as wide as your mat. So your toes are on the bamboo floor and your heels are on your mat. And then come sit down in a squat. Yeah. Then bring your hands together in prayer. And then bring your elbows in between your knees. So elbows in between your knees. Your elbows are touching your inner knees. Then push out with your forearms and try to lift up a little bit. Look at the wall in front of you. So you're not leaning, you're kind of like pulling up and lifting, even though the elbows are in between your knees. So you're opening up the inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Echo, you can bring your feet in some. Exhale 7. Inhale. Bring your feet in some. Bring them on, yeah, because you're short. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9, inhale. Exhale, 10. Good. Now just put your hands on the floor. Lift your hips up. Move your block away from the underneath you. Then come sit down and extend your legs straight out in front of you. Okay? On your inhale, bend your right knee into your chest. Now place your right foot on the floor over on the other side of your left knee. You don't have to go any higher. Pull your left toes back. So pull your left toes back toward you. Then lift your left arm up alongside your left ear. Then bring your left elbow on the outside of your right thigh, but bring your right hand behind you with your fingers pointing away. And look at the wall behind you. So you're going to point the fingers toward the wall and gaze at the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Keep pulling your left toes back. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, come back to center. And exhale, straighten out your right leg. Inhale, bend your left knee. Place your left foot on the outside of your right knee. You don't have to go any higher. Pull your right toes back. Then lift your right arm up alongside your right ear. Bring your right elbow on the outside of your left thigh. Your left hand's behind you. And here again, look over your left shoulder. See if you can point your fingers at the other. I love that you're using that block, but just notice the difference in your shoulder when you point your fingers that way. Now notice how you can twist more that way. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, extend. Inhale, bend both your knees. Place your heels where the knees were. Feet about 2 fists apart. Then everybody take a block and bring the block like this in between your thighs. Okay, so now it's wider. Notice how now you have to take your feet out just a little bit more for it to be comfortable. Perfect. But squeeze the block. Take the hands behind you 6 to 8 inches with your fingers pointing toward the center of the room. Then bring your chin into your chest. Bring your feet a little wider apart. On your inhale, lift your hips up, lifting the block up. Yeah, and then exhale, let the head go back. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Try to lift your butt up. Exhale, 2. Try to squeeze the block with your inner thighs. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, bring the chin in the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back, and come sit down. And you can sit on a blanket or a block for a few seconds. Hello, everybody. What a nice class. I like last week we had like 15 people in here. It was packed. I like it like this because we're going to get a lot done today, and we're going to be able to get to everybody like really personally. Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves to each other. Introduce yourself. Shoba. Mia. Peggy. Echo. Flora. Co, right? Cole. C-O-A-L? Ng. Kong. Got it. Okay. Kong. Dominga and Austin. And this is week 3 of Urban Sadhu Yoga Fundamentals. Why? Because it's fun. And it's backbending, which is even more fun. Woo! So backbending deals karmically with our future, right? It's opening up the front of the body. It's opening up things that that are hard to open up, such as the center of the chest, the neck, the throat, the front of the quadriceps. It's parts of the body where we tend to hold tightness, but because it's also about the future, sometimes in back bends, you're reaching for things that you can't see, like in the future. Like there's no way you can really predict the future. We all love going to fortune tellers and getting cards read and things like that. But in reality, those are parlor tricks. You can't really predict the future. You never know what's going to happen. So the future can create a lot of anxiety. It can create a lot of fear. So when we're practicing these asanas, they may bring up some fear. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. You don't have to be on my inhale or my exhale, but breathe, and I'll remind you to breathe. Domingo will remind you to breathe, but don't hold your breath. And when you're coming in and out of the asana, take your time coming out of it. A lot of times what will happen too is when people get, when the asana is intense, they'll kind of jump out of it. And what we know from the yoga practice is that most injuries happen not in asanas or getting into an asana, but usually coming out of an asana, because people aren't as mindful getting out of it as they were getting into it. Does that make sense? All right. Any questions? No? Okay. We're going to start the practice off today with a Surya Namaskar. Everybody say Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar means sun salutation. And this is a sun salutation from the Jiva Mukti tradition. And it's all about backbending. It's all about opening up the front of the body. So everybody come and stand up. And what I want you to do is I want you to take your 2 blocks and I want you to put your blocks on either side of your mat. Okay? And that's the other thing you'll find about in fundamentals is we'll end up teaching a lot with props. Why? Because if you don't know how to use the props, then you'll never investigate them. And props actually make your practice more sophisticated. Why? Think of a yoga prop, like getting a nice KitchenAid food processor. Have you ever seen a KitchenAid food processor? They're expensive. Yeah. They're nice, right? I got one. I've had mine for almost 15 years. When you get a KitchenAid, when a food processor like that, very sophisticated food processor, all of a sudden you can make all kinds of nice things in the kitchen. But when you don't have a food processor, you're always sitting there chopping by hand, and all of a sudden that becomes exhausting. So think of yoga props as something like a very sophisticated piece of kitchen equipment. It can help you make something better. It can help you make things easier. Right? That food processor saves me so much time. So don't shy away from prop usage. That's one thing you'll learn in fundamentals. Come and stand in between your blocks. And the reason why I always have you stand in between your blocks is because in a sun salutation, you're mimicking the sun. The sun always rises in the east, it sets in the west, and the next day it starts all over again, it comes back to the east. So this is a point of reference for you. This is east, in between your blocks. Now, I covered Tadasana in week 1, but let me just briefly cover it again. In this tradition, the feet come together. So big toes and heels touch. Why? I'm bringing the right side and the left side of my body together. The feet almost become a mudra or a seal, and no longer is there separation. It's a very beautiful metaphor. In other places, they'll let you stand your feet apart. But what you'll notice is one foot will be turned out, one foot will be turned in. You'll never know if the feet are symmetrical. So if you bring your big toes and your heels to touch, you absolutely know that your feet are parallel to each other. I don't have to look down to see that. Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this Surya Namaskar all the way through on the right and then the left. Then we're going to break it down in all its little components, okay? But I just want you to experience it all the way through. So exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, gazes at the horizon. You're looking at a sunset at the beach. Then, with straight legs, hook your 2 thumbs in front of you. Raise your arms, so hook your thumbs. Raise your arms up alongside your ears. Now, keep your chin parallel. Keep your arms in line with your ears and start to arch back and move your pelvis forward. But keep your ears and arms in line with each other. Don't throw your head back. So there's your ears and there's your arms, and you're leaning from here, not with the neck. Now exhale, bend your knees and hinge at your hip crease and fold forward. Sweep your arms behind your back. Clasp your hands together in a fist behind your back. Now your inner palms are going to touch, and then you're going to straighten your arms and your legs, and you're going to then interlace your hands to a fist. Then both hands, one fist. Now straighten your legs and look at your shins. Good. Now bend your knees a lot and put your hands down onto the blocks Right hand on right block, left hand on left block. Shift your weight into your left foot and step your right foot all the way back and a little to the right in a lunge. Yeah, keep your right leg straight, don't bend your right knee, and look at the wall in front of you. That's where you're going to look in a lunge. And then exhale, step your left foot back, downward facing dog, and lift your hips. Your feet are apart and still parallel. The feet aren't turning in or out. They're parallel to each other. On your inhale, come forward to a plank like we did in the warm-up. Now exhale, bend your knees, drop down to your knees. Then bend your elbows, bring your chest in between your blocks and your chin to the floor. Yeah. Echo, use your blocks, please. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. That's why I don't want you to use that damn towel. On your inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes under, push your seat to your heels, downward facing dog. Take this out of here. On your inhale, step your right foot forward in between your blocks. I want you to learn how to teach this. Exhale your left foot forward next to your right and fold over your legs. Inhale, bend your knees, hook your thumbs, stand up, straighten your legs, and arch back. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, sweep your arms behind your back, clasp your hands together in a fist, straighten your arms and legs. Inhale, bend your knees, place your hands down next to your feet, step your left foot down into a lunge, look forward. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog, lift your hips, feet apart. Inhale, come forward to a plank and look forward. Exhale, drop down to your knees, bend your elbows, and bring your chest and your chin to the floor in between your blocks. Then inhale, press into your hands, slide forward, cobra a little bit. Point your toes away. Then exhale, tuck your toes under, push your seat to your heels like in the warm-up, then lift your knees up, downward facing dog. Good. On your inhale, step your left foot forward in between your blocks. Exhale the right foot next to the left and fold over your legs. Inhale, bend your knees, arms alongside your ears, hook your thumbs, stand up, straighten your legs, and arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana, mountain seat. Okay, so Echo answered the question of why I don't like this yoga towel. I said, put your hands on the blocks, and she went, the blocks are slipping. They're slipping on the towel. It's not meant for this kind of practice. Period. So you have to know that when you bring in a prop, it's like taking your KitchenAid mixer and putting concrete in it. Don't do that to mix concrete. If you want to mix concrete, get a concrete mixer. But don't put it into your KitchenAid mixer, okay? Because you'll have a messed up KitchenAid mixer, right? You won't get what you thought you were going to get, okay? You see that kind of thing all the time on TikTok hacks. Don't do them. They'll mess your stuff up, man. Let me tell you. All right. What was the hardest part about that? Knees, chest, chin, don't you think? Yeah. Okay. So everybody, let's take the blocks, move the blocks to the side. Because sometimes it's good to move the blocks away from the side, too. Now, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you come and lay down on your abdomen. Okay? And then put your hands next to your chest, with your thumbs in line with your breast, and your elbows pointing up toward the ceiling. Okay? Now, look forward and then tuck your toes under. You may be on the top of your foot. So tuck your toes under, and then start to lift your hips up and walk your knees forward until your chest, your chin, and your knees and your toes are on the ground. Okay? So this is called Ashtanga Namaskar, and you got 2 toes, 2 knees, 2 hands, a chest, and a chin. Ashtanga means 8 points. Okay? So that's knees, chest, chin. That's what that feels like. It's a back bend. Now, press into your hands, lift your chest up a little bit. Keep your knees where they are, slide your belly forward. But then bring your toes to touch and point your toes back so that you make one leg. That's Bhujangasana, cobra. In fact, lift your hands off the floor. Feel how that you're having to squeeze your back muscles together. Okay, then put your hands back down. Now, like I was trying to get you to feel in the warm-up, tuck your toes under. Keep your knees on the floor, push into your hands, lift your hips and your pelvis. Then push your seat back to your heels like a quick child's seat. Then lift your knees up, coming into downward dog. Okay? Yeah. Now, let's just put that into the motion like we would in the vinyasa. On your inhale, come forward to a plank and look forward. Drop down to your knees. Bend your elbows and bring your chest in between your thumbs. Then point your toes, slide your belly forward, cobra. Then tuck your toes under and push your seat back. Lift your knees up. Okay? Let me see you do that. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, drop down to your knees, bend your elbows, bring your chest in between your hands. Your hips are in the air, Con. They're not, your hips are in the air. There you go. Now push into your hands, slide toward the center of the room, cobra. Point your toes away and bring your toes to touch like a snake's tail. Then tuck your toes under, push your seat onto your heels and lift your knees up, downward facing dog. Good. Now on your inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. It's hard, right? That's why the blocks help. If your right foot didn't make it, then move your right foot forward. Just grab it with your right hand with your right ankle with your right hand and move your foot forward. Good. Then step your left foot next to your right and fold over your legs. Press your palms down. Feet together at this point. Feet come together. Now, bend your knees, bring your belly onto your thighs, bring your arms alongside your ears and hook your thumbs like you're diving into a swimming pool. Don't come up, Echo, you're going too fast. You're diving into a swimming pool. So your arms are reached out, your arms are alongside your ears, you're hooking your thumbs and you're looking slightly right here. Now, press into your hands, press into your feet, come stand up. As you stand up, keep your arms in line with your ears and then arch back, moving your pelvis forward. Good. Then exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, hinging at your hip crease. Take your arms behind your back, clasp your hands together in a fist, and then straighten your arms and your legs. Straighten, straight. There you go. Good. Then inhale, bend your knees, bring your arms alongside your ears, hook your thumbs, arms alongside your ears, hook your thumbs, stand up, straighten your legs, and arch back. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, sweep your arms behind your back, clasp your hands together in a fist, straighten your arms and legs. Inhale, bend your knees, bring your arms alongside your ears, hook your thumbs, stand up, straighten your legs, and arch back. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. All right. So, does everybody understand that motion? Now, the key here is bending your knees. A lot of times people will do this all with straight legs. That you can do it. However, when you do it with straight legs, you put more pressure in your lower back. So listen to when I'm saying bend your knees and straighten your legs. Bend your knees, straighten your legs. Okay? Does that make sense? Any questions? Any questions? All right. So how many people had a hard time stepping their foot forward? You had a hard time stepping your foot forward from a down dog. Then this is where I say that's when you need blocks. If your foot doesn't make it in between your hands, then that's the answer. That's when you need that prop to actually help you step forward and back. So if you could not step forward and back without dragging your foot or moving your foot forward, bring your blocks now back onto your mat. And I'll let you be the judge of that now, right? And what I would say is I love this height myself personally. But I use this height when I practice all the time. However, in this particular Surya Namaskar, because of that knees, chest, chin, it really is hard to have it up that high. So I kind of lower it to that one. And that may be something you might notice too, is that certain sun salutations, you can raise the block or you can lower the block. And it will work better for that particular sun salutation. Does that make sense? All right, coming and standing in between your blocks. in Tadasana mountain seat. Big toes and heels touch. Gazes at the horizon. And as you hook your thumbs, remember, you're going to keep your arms alongside your ears. You're not going to throw your head back, okay? On your inhale, hook your thumbs, raise your arms up alongside your ears, and arch back by lifting your chest toward the sky. Excellent. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, sweep your arms behind your back, clasp your hands together in a fist, straighten your arms and legs, look at your shins. Excellent. Inhale, bend your knees, put your hands down on the floor block, step your right foot back to a lunge and look at the wall in front of you, not at the floor. Excellent. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. On the inhale, come forward to a plank and look forward at the wall in front of you. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. So knees are on the floor, hips are in the air. Inhale, press into your hands, slide forward, cobra, point your toes away. Snakes only have one tail, so bring those toes to touch and point them away. Exhale, tuck your toes under, push your seat to your heels, then lift your knees up, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your right foot forward. In between your hands are your blocks. Exhale, left foot meets right and fold over your straight legs. Bend your knees, bring your arms alongside your ears, hook your thumbs, stand up, straighten your legs, arch back. Straighten your legs and arch back. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, take your arms behind your back, clasp your hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend the knees, place hands down next to feet, step the left foot back into a long lunge, all the way back, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank and look forward. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward, cobra, pointing the toes. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat to the heels, then lift the knees up, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step your left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold over straight legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs and arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana mountain seat. So here's what I'm seeing that's happening, and I think it's that because you've seen something else happen and you don't know what it is and you're unsure and you're trying to combine two things, okay? So what I see is that when I say, bend your knees, hook your thumbs, stand up, straighten your legs, arch back, you're kind of wanting to come here and stay for a second. And I think what you're trying to do is chair seat, right? It's not chair seat. It is simply fold forward, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. It's one continuous movement. There's no stopping in a, like we're Utkatasana. That's a different sun salutation. Does that make sense? So think of it as a continuous movement of the spine all the way through the breath. Okay? Good. All right. Any questions? All right. Since there are no questions, everybody come and let's take one of your blankets and you're going to put the blanket at the top of your mat and put it like this. Okay. And then we're going to take the second blanket and we're going to put the second blanket like that. Okay? Now, everybody say Virasana. Virasana. Virasana means hero seat. Actually, I kind of like what you did over here. Let's do this. The second blanket behind you, take it and fold it like this. One, and then two. Okay? One and two. So make it a little longer and narrower. Okay? Yeah, that was, I looked over there and I liked yours better than mine. Okay. Now, come and sit on your shins. And start out by bringing your knees together and then bring your feet away from each other. But bring your thighs together and your knees together so that your shin bones are making a V behind you. Okay? Come set up. So take your shins out wider like a V. A little wider. Yeah. Then come and see if you can sit down on your blanket. Now, I have a hard time doing that, so I'm going to put a block underneath my seat. Now, if you are sitting down, which looks good, are you on a block? You're on a block. You already had a block. Good for you. Good for you. He's like ahead of me. So here, this is just a seated Virasana. So you can put your hands on your thighs and just set up tall. Now what's happening is you're opening up the front of your thighs, set up a little tall. And you can put your hands a little higher on your knees to do that. You can put your hands on your thighs. Hands on your thighs. There. Now sit up a little tall. Look at there. This is a seat for meditation, right? But it's opening up the quadriceps and it's opening up the psoas. Now, if you're not sitting on a block, you're going to stay where you are. Come and put your hands behind you, on the floor with your fingers pointing toward in front of you. Now, lay down on your back. You're going to stay there. You're just going to, if you're sitting on a block, then you're going to stay there. You're not ready to go back. Now just go all the way back. Lay down. Good. Good. Now let your head go down. Now reach your arms back toward the wall behind you. Look at there. Yeah, go reach your arms back. And bring both your hands together. Oh my God, isn't that nice? Now, this is a Supta Virasana, or a reclining hero, right? Here you're opening up the front of your hip flexor, you're opening up your psoas, and it's a deep back bend that's happening. All right, now put your hands next to your hips, and then push into your hands and lift your shoulders up. Lift your shoulders up. Try not to twist. Come up with one movement. Yeah. Come all the way back up in one movement. I know. But now this is what I'm talking about. Go back. I know. But this is what I said. Remember when I said when we started, I said people get injured when they come out of it because they get anxious. This is why I said this. This is what happens in this particular asana. Everybody's like, oh my God, this is killing me. I'm going to throw my leg out. You didn't come into it throwing your leg back. You came into it very mindfully. So come out of it mindfully. From here, lift your hips up. Put your hands on the floor, coming into like a reverse tabletop. Now extend your right leg back. Good. Then drop down and extend your left leg back. Then drop your left knee down, push your seat to your heels, and lift both of your knees up, down dog. That's how you would mindfully come out of something. Then on your inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, drop down to your knees. Any questions about Virasana? Hero seat. Yes. Well, you shouldn't be sitting on your heels. You're actually sitting in between your heels. So is that how you were and I didn't see you do that? So you should be like that and then sitting on the... Yes, because why? So you may feel pressure either here, or even some people will feel it here, because that's a huge top of the foot stretch. This is stretching, but this is contracting. You actually are feeling the contraction. I hear more people, like she did, talk about feeling the pressure in the front of the foot. You're feeling it in the opposite. And that's what's interesting about asana. I can't tell you where you're going to feel it. She feels it in the top of the foot, and she jumped out of it and stuck her leg out because it hurt her bunion. You felt it in the contraction in the back of the ankle. Different people feel different things. Interesting, right? But yes, you might feel something in the ankle or the top of the foot because it's stretching the top of the foot. Okay, but it's getting you also to understand the difference between a plantar flex and a dorsal flex. So when we talked about cobra, and I said point your toes, bring your toes together, that's a plantar flex. When I told you in Matsyendrasana to twist, I said pull the toes back. That's a dorsal flex, right? And they're doing different things, right? So maybe you're not so used to plantar flex. You're more used to dorsal flex and having an extension back here. Okay? Any other questions? But it was a good question. You want to, but even echo, there's a little tightness in the front of the quadricep and the thigh, and your knees may want to lift up. You can do a lot of different things. We go around, we kind of help people adjust and push their knees down. Sometimes you can also put a bolster or a little sandbag. That's another nice prop. You know, you can take a bolster and put it on your pelvis, and that helps keep your knees down. There's all kinds of things you can do like that. You can even, you can ask your friend to sit on your thighs. That's also nice. Any other questions? All right, Dominga's going to teach us some really cool stuff.
So you just learned Bhujangasana, Cobra with Austin, and we are going to do Shalavasana, which means locust. So the Sanskrit names have like a vibrational, energetic, and the asanas too. And the difference between locust and cobra is on the legs. So when you are doing cobra, your feet were stick to the floor, like that. You were putting pressure to the floor, and they were together, because cobras have used one tail and they slide. But locusts, they jump and fly. So in locust, your legs will be like up because you want to fly. So what we will do is you will place your blanket in the middle of your mat, like a little bit lower, like you want your pubic bone on your blanket. And then I think yours has to go lower. And yours have to go lower too. And then we will lay on the blanket with your pubic bone here. So you don't need the blanket for the open class, like for your personal practice, but because some people has like a bony pubic bone, or for males, sometimes it can be uncomfortable, so it is just to make it nicer. And then you will bring your feet together, extend your legs. You have to get your strap. Now, take your strap between your two hands, but don't bring the hands together like that. So in some people practice it like that, but we want to bring the hands next to the hips, so your thumbs will be next to your hips. Now, extend your arms away from your shoulders and bring your forehead to the mat, like that. Now, so your forehead has to be in the mat, not your shin. So try to put your forehead down. Like that, there. Now, bring your shoulders up, only your shoulders, together and back. So feel the rotation of your shoulders. And now, inhale, lift your legs, your chest, your head. Your legs have to be straight. And bring your belt away from your seat. So you're bringing your arms behind and a little bit up away from your hips. And look at the tip of your nose. So what you're doing is like you're flying, like if you were a Wonder Woman or Superman. So that would be the difference with Cobra. Now you can come down and relax. What did you use to lift your body? Your shoulders, yeah. What? Your lower back?
Is it your lower back, or is it not? Because the thing is that you could use the lower back, but you probably shouldn't. But there's a bigger muscle that actually
So bring your hands next to your chest with your thumbs in line with your chest. And now bring your forehead to the floor. Now bring your legs up, together and up. Now bring, and knees are straight. And now bring your right leg a little bit higher. And now bring your left leg a little bit higher. Now bring both legs higher. Now relax. So what were you using to bring your legs up? Your glutes. So the glutes are called in Latin gluteus maximus. Maximus means meaning the biggest. So when you walk, you use your glutes. When you kick, you use your glutes. When you jump, like you use your glutes like basically for everything you would do with your legs. And there are some studios that are saying that when you do your back bend, you should relax your glutes. The problem is, if you relax your glutes, you will put all the pressure in your lower back. And also you won't get that high, and your legs will like kind of open. So when you do a back bend, you have to use your glutes. So you have to use your glutes to extend, to lift your legs and to get into a deeper back bend. But also if you only use your glutes, your legs will kind of like open. So we have a muscle here that's called adductor. So we are using the adductors to bring the legs together, and then we're using the glutes to bring the legs like up once they are like together. And
So it's actually, like that's the really cool thing about backbending is backbending in a way, like forward folds, when we do forward folds or standing, it's very frontal, right? You kind of can, I think like in a standing asana, I can kind of see what's going on, or even in a forward fold, I can kind of see what's going on. But all of a sudden, backbending, I can't look at my muscles in the back of my leg. And I can't, if the legs come together, I can't really, if I'm going this way and this way, if I'm going in two directions, I can't really see the muscles on the inner thigh or thinking about them. So what this does is it gets you to kind of bring together things that are really sleepy. Like if your lower body is sleepy, kind of always kind of inactive, and you don't know why you can't lift your legs up, it gets you to start to really think about things like these inner muscles in the thigh, the adductors, which nobody thinks about because it's not a big muscle and it's not a pretty muscle. So when you go to the gym, you don't do a lot of things for that adductor because it's really sexy, right? Nobody does that. They do things for their bicep because they can see it. And they do it for their chest because they can see it. Right? So, but yoga gets you to kind of like start to integrate some stuff that you can't see.
yeah, so when you are doing the back bending, you are integrating the lower body, and the back body, not just your glutes. Like, what's the name for this? Sorry.
Well, that's a hamstring.
So yeah, all like your hamstrings will be integrated, your glutes, your back, like the back of your shoulders, and all that you cannot see. So now we would do that one more time for you to feel that in your whole body. You don't need to use a strap. And I will count the inhales and the exhales. You don't have to be, or you don't need to use a strap if you don't want to. You can use it, but you don't have to.
Not use a strap. Have them lift their shoulders
Okay.
away from
So you,
bring your forehead down and then lift your shoulders
okay.
up. Don't use the strap this time. Don't
So
use the strap. Let go of the strap.
bring your forehead to the floor. Bring your arms along your body. Inhale, lift your shoulders. And bring the rest of your body. Your legs are extending back. Your arms are extending away from your back, from your body, from your shoulders. Sorry. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Come down and relax. Now you can remove the blanket. Not remove, sorry. Move the blanket a little bit higher. So what we will do now is called Dhanurasana. So everybody say Dhanurasana. And Dhanurasana is a bow, but it's not a bow like in a package. It's a bow like a bow and arrow. So in a bow and arrow, you need the tension to be equal in both ends. So the tension in your upper body and your lower body has to be equal in order for you to throw the arrow. So we will balance in the navel. So Shalavasana, you balance on your pubic bone. In Dhanurasana, you balance in your navel. And you want to bring your knees as high as your shoulders. So we will get down in the blanket again with your navel on the blanket. And bend your knees. Grab your ankles. Now bring your forehead to the floor. And in the inhale, forehead to the floor. And in the inhale, lift your head, your chest, and kick your legs into your hands. So bring your legs up. And imagine that you are aligning your knees with your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. You're kicking up. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Come down. Let your legs go. So when you are lifting your legs, you are using your glutes. So you are really kicking your legs into your hands.
So here I want to do 2 different ones. Because
Okay.
that's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Okay. So I want first. I'm gonna let you skip out of this one, sir. Okay. Ladies, everybody, take your block and put the block between your thighs like this. Okay. So notice how I have it on this widest section. It's not the narrow
So
section. Okay? Now, you're going to squeeze that with your, what muscle is it called? Adductor. As I'm adding to the center. Okay? Now, bend your knees. Grab your ankles. Squeeze your block. Don't let go of that block, Echo. Hold on to that block. Hold on to the block. Get your knees closer together. Use your adductors. Now, kick your feet back instead of letting your knees go out to the side. Lift your block up. See if you can lift your block up as you do that and bring your knees closer together. Don't let your knees go out so much. Right? Keep your inner thighs on. Now lift up. Now lift up and lift the block. There. Good. And then come down. All right. Did everybody feel like how your adductors have to work? Because what happened is that when she let you come up, everybody's knees went as wide as their yoga mat. So you were relaxing the adductors. You were kind of like, and the knees, for the knees to stay in line with the shoulders like a bow and arrow, the top and the bottom stay in line with each other. When a bow and arrow, a part doesn't go off to the side and start going out to the side. It's a front and back thing that's happening, not an inner stretch that's happening. There's an inner contraction of the inner legs that's happening. Now try it with the rolled up blankets.
Okay.
And 2 rolled up blankets for our friend over here to come. Because he's
Okay.
got a different situation. He's tight
No.
in front of the body and he can't come up.
Okay, now everybody take your blanket. And you will roll your blanket like that, like if you're going camping.
We're doing 2 of them.
Yes. And you're placing the first blanket here, like that. And then we are rolling the second blanket. You will place it here. So We will lay down on the blanket. So the first blanket goes like in your hip crease, like right underneath like your pubic bone, like. And then the second blanket goes like under your breast, where your ribs. And now bend your knees, reach for your ankles. And now inhale, kick your feet back, lift up. Try to bring your feet a little bit closer. And now you will realize it's easier for you to get in the back bend and to grab your ankles because you are already in a back bend. Like with the two blankets there, like your belly is already going down. You can come down. No, wait. Now they can come down? Okay, now you can come down and relax. So if you have like tight shoulders, the blanket underneath your breast will help you to lift your upper body. But if you have like tight hamstrings, the blanket underneath your pubic bone will help you to lift your legs. So if you have problems like holding your ankles and you're in an open class, you can always use the blankets, depending on how you feel you need. Like, so if you felt that there was more tension down here, you can use the lower blanket. If you felt that was more tension in your shoulders and to lift, you can use this other blanket. Huh? Yeah. Because you need to use more muscles.
Kong and I are not. So hyperflexibility. I don't like this belt though. Look at it. It doesn't really. Like, notice how it kind of. This is like. It's like moving. Can I have another belt?
Yes.
It's not going to slip and slide like that. So when you're hyperflexible, do that again. Hyperflexibility. See how her elbow kind of pops out? Mine doesn't pop out. Mine stays pretty flat. Hyperflexibility means that the joint is more flexible. It has nothing to do with muscles. Like, understand, there's tightness in muscles, Now, do that again, but lay down and do it without a belt. Compare 'em. Feel it in your knees? Yes. Okay.
I feel it much stronger.
Yes. So as soon as she came up without the belt, I could see her knee joint twisting and going out to the side. That there was always like the belt kind of kept her from going too far out with the joint. It's not her thighs. Her muscles are working, but the joint is just so flexible. She comes up and she's just able to rotate the joint, which I'm not able to do. I can't do that because my joints don't do that. So here again, this belting your thighs in something like this could be super to your advantage. Is this all you were going to do?
No, I have will too.
Okay,
Yes.
do half wheel, but have them do a belt
In the legs?
like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can remove the blankets from the mat. And you can make a loop with your belt. And then bring that loop in your legs. And tie that so that your knees are like hip distance apart.
About 2 or 3 inches above your knee joint. It doesn't have to be any much lower. There. Okay. All right.
Now you will lay on your back. That's good. Yeah, I think that's good.
A little tighter.
Tighter?
A little tighter. Not looser, that's looser. A little tighter. Yeah. There. Perfect. Okay.
Now lay on your back, bend your knees, and open your feet so that your feet are hip distance apart. And now tickle your heels with your index finger. So can you all tickle your heels? I think your feet have to go a little bit higher. So can you touch your heels with your fingers? Okay. So your feet are parallel. You don't want your feet open like penguins. You want them like to be parallel. There. Now, inhale, lift your hips. Lift your hips up. Lift your lower back, your upper back. And now try to bring your shoulders underneath your body. And if you were able to do that, clasp your hands behind your back like you did in Surya Namaskar. If you are not able to clasp your hands, grab the sides of your mat. So you can better grab the sides of your mat. Grab the side of your mat, like here, and the other one, and try to rip your mat apart, trying to bring your shoulders underneath your body. Yeah, that will help you more. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, Exhale, 5. Let go the hands and slowly come down.
All right.
So this is not a back bend, but this is like a shoulder opener.
Well, it's still a back bend. It is a back bend.
Oh, you said that it's not in the video. I was just, it's not really like,
It's
oh,
not. It's a little like it's a shoulder opener. But
it's a shoulder
open at
opener.
the front, so it's still a back
Okay.
bend.
And it's like a good preparation for Urban asana, because now that people is all the time like sitting and with the bikes and all that, like everybody tend to close the shoulders more. So this will help us to open the shoulders.
Yeah, what I like to say is about this is that back in the old days when I started teaching, back in the good old days, this was the first shoulder they gave students, and now they need more shoulder openers than that. That's why I kind of say it may not be as ineffective as a shoulder opener as what people need because of devices. But it is a back bend. It's a back bend because it's opening up the front of the body. But maybe we need to spend more time with shoulder opening than we do. So everybody come and just kind of rock and roll and set up for a moment. Okay? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to teach you Urva Dhanurasana. Everybody say Urva Dhanurasana. Urva Dhanurasana means upward facing bow seat. And so it's the reverse of that bow laying on your belly. We're going to give everybody a second belt. Okay? No, you're going to keep that one. Ooh, keep that one. But I want your second belt. You're going to make another loop, but you're going to measure it from armpit to armpit. See how mine's about armpit to armpit? But you're probably going to be a little smaller than me. See there? And you're going to be about right there. Okay? And then you're going to put that there. Now you can hang out for a minute since I did yours. Okay? But we're going to look at you real quick when we do this. Because of the hyperflexibility, you're going to want to go everywhere here. It's just going to be like, woo! So we're going to, and because we're dealing with a lot of hyperflexibility in the room, so that may be too tight, because here again, we're going to go from here to here. Okay, that's your measurement. So we're going to go through both of them. Then we'll go between them. And then you're going to get about perfect, and that's going to go above your elbow, right? Okay? How you doing over here? That looks big to me, but let me see real quick. Are you in theater? You got a little theater mask on your face, though, on your tattoo, though, no? All right, there. Echo, let me see yours. I think yours may be a little too wide, too. So like I said, you're going shoulder to shoulder. You have an off-the-shoulder gown on that. No. You want to stabilize the joint. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to stabilize joints. Now, we're going to let you experience this one, but I don't think this one's going to work for you. Okay, now everybody lay on your back. And we're going to just experience this, okay? Oh, actually, everybody come set up for a moment. I said I was going to do something different. You lay on your back. Now, bend your knees. Now, put your hands next to your head with your fingers pointing up toward the ceiling. Your forehead's going to touch this belt a little bit. That's okay. So hands flat. Because of the hyperflexibility, she needs, and there's a lot of hyperflexibility in the room, she needs stability. So if you turn your palms just a little inward, there. Now press into your hands and your feet and lift up. Press into your hands. Don't let your hands go up, and lift up. Push the belt and try to break the belt apart. Rip the belt apart with your shoulders. Rip the belt apart with your shoulders. Good, stay up. All right, and breathe, come down. Now, watch this. I take the belt away, now try to come up. See how it's all kind of, she's going out to the side, but it's less stable. All right? So everybody, Did you feel how it made you more stable? It made it harder to come up. Knees. Yeah. You don't feel it. So let's put the belt back on. All right, now everybody else try that. Lay down on your back. Now you want your belt just below your elbow. And then put your hands next to your head. So you're going to bring your feet back. Those feet are going to be flat on the floor. Your head can't be upside down because of medical reason? You got loose retina? Okay, then do half bridge. Okay? Everybody else, put your hands next to your head. So hands by your head. Now, bring your feet apart a little bit. Now, lift up. Go for it. Woo! You got it. I know, they're not on the floor. He's too tight shoulders. Good. 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 Now lift up from here. Lift up from here. Oh, extend, 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 extend. There you go. Look at there. Good for you. Okay, now come down. All right. Did you feel how that made you more stable? It didn't let you kind of woo like one of those things out at a used car lot. Okay. So everybody come set up. Come spin yourself around. Around with your feet toward that way. So Kung here, he's got the same kind of issue. Take this off too. He's got the same kind of issue that I have. He's tight, muscularly tight. Now, and let's explain tightness scientifically. Okay, tightness is strength. If a muscle is tight, it's strong. Flexibility is weakness. Okay? That's just the truth. However, flexibility could means that it's like a green sapling. You know, a little tree, when it's really green, it's a baby tree, and you can bend that baby tree and almost tie it in a knot. Because it's flexible, but it's not strong. You couldn't hang 100-pound weight from it. A big giant oak tree, very strong. But first strong wind that comes and tries to move it and bend it, it adapts off a branch. So that's what we have here. It's different from the rest of the room. We have a lack of flexibility because he's strong. So he can come into this asana, but we have to make it so that he has space to do the asana. So come lay down on your back. And then grab my ankles. So you're going to grab my ankles, and you're not going to let your elbows go out to the side. You're going to keep your elbows in line with my knees. Okay? Because joint on top of joint is stronger than when you let the joints come out to the side. Now, press into me, lift up. Push in through me and lift your chest up. Extend your arms. Lift up. Come on, you can do it. Straighten your arms. Straighten your arms. Okay, you're moving your hands. So I'm going to put your hands where I want you to put right there. And think about extending through here. I'm here to help you. On your inhale, come up, straighten your arms. Straighten your arms. You got to straighten. Okay, come down. All right. So what I kind of feel like, I don't know if this is what you're doing. You're kind of coming up, and then you're locking and tightening and trying to control it. If you're doing that, don't do that. Act like you're trying to push a dumbbell off your chest and extend through me. Don't lift your head up and then contract. Because that's what you're doing. You're kind of lifting up a little and you're going, go. Like you're trying to take the weight and you're extending your arms and you're pushing the weight back up so you can put it back on the dumbbell rack, okay? All right. Elbows in, come up. On your inhale, lift up. Extend through your arms. 1, 2, 3. Extend, extend, extend. extend. Good for you. And come down. All right. Oh, that wore me out too. Okay, so here, and this is interesting, right? Because you have the opposite mindset of a lot of people you meet coming to yoga. A lot of people coming to yoga, like when I tried to get you out of your child's seat when you came in and I said, come, and you were like this, right? You wanted just to relax. He wants to contract on everything. In fact, the problem is that both of you have a misconception. You think that it's all about relaxation. He thinks it's all about tension. In fact, what's happens in yoga is there are times when he has to engage and push, but there's also times when he has to relax and expand. There's times when you get to relax, but there's also times when you have to push and expand. So the idea of yoga is like what Dominga said about integration. When she said you're integrating the lower body to the upper body, yoga is integrating contraction of muscle and expansion of muscle. Does that make sense? All right. Yes. So same thing a little bit here. You can take your belt off of the upper arms. I'm going to have you hold my ankles. Now, and this is a little bit of a situation where there's not an engagement of muscle. As she lifts up, she can come up, but there's no stability here. So here, how does she needs to contract through these areas that I'm touching, the back, so that she can stretch through the front of the body and then come down. Good for you. Look at there. So it doesn't matter how you come up into it. Right? This is a misconception, and this is why I get a little testy about like yoga props and not using yoga props or misusing yoga props. Because the experience of having the energetic of the asana in the body is more important than you taking a photo for your Instagram account. Your photo for your Instagram account does not matter. What matters is that we experienced that opening of the front of the body, whether it was her holding onto my ankles, her putting her hands on a block, her putting belts around her arms so that she doesn't hurt her knees. All of that does not matter. What matters is that the asana is experienced to its fullest. Is there any questions? All right. Come and lay down on your back. Everybody lay down on your back. You can take your belt off and put the belts to the side. All right. And just make sure there's nothing to the right and the left. After you do a bunch of back bends, you're going to want to decompress your spine and neutralize your spine. So bend your knees into your chest. Give your knees a little hug. And try to lower your head. And lower your tailbone. And here again, you'll feel what's happening. You'll feel some lengthening in your lower back. Okay? Now allow your knees to come over to the left and extend your right arm out and look over your right shoulder. And twist. Keep your knees as high as your belly button. Yeah, Kong, so bring your knees all the way to the floor. All the way to the floor. There you go. Take your left hand and put it on your right thigh. Now bring it all the way. Oh yeah, you can go in and give him a little assist there. There you go. Then come back to center and bring your knees over to the other side. And here again, a lot of people ask, what's more important? The knees come to the floor or the shoulder comes to the floor? First, the knees have to come to the floor. Shoulder may happen a little later. Because if there's tightness on the outside of the thigh, the knees aren't going to come to the floor. But that also means there's tightness across where the twist is happening, which is through the trunk of the body. And the arm doesn't come to the floor, it's tightness in the chest. Then come back to center. Bring your knees together. Give your knees a hug and rock up to a seated position. 1, 2, and 3. Good. And come set up, and let's come off your yoga mat. And then let's move your yoga mat away from the wall a little bit. Now we're going to take a blanket. This is a blanket, not a block, sorry. And we're going to put a blanket about a quarter of the way down your yoga mat. And then we're going to fold your mat over that. Okay? And then you're going to come put your head on the floor with your shoulders right at the rolled edge of that yoga mat. Lay down on your back. Back, on your back, on your back. There you go. There you go. Okay. There you go. Okay. Do you want to just do legs up the wall? Okay. And so notice how I folded the mat over. So notice how I folded everybody's mat over. And you're going to put your head here and your shoulders here. Okay, so bring your head out. Come toward me a little more. Right there. Good. Now, put your hands on the floor next to your hips. Next to your hips. Straighten your legs out. Now, press into your hands and lift your legs into the air and bring your toes all the way to the floor behind your head. So you got to pull your belly in to do that. Now, clasp your hands together in a fist behind your back, like we did in the Surya Namaskar, when I said hands behind the back in a fist, and extend your arms. So one fist and straighten your elbows. Yes. Now, release your hands, keep your elbows here, and put your hands on your back. That's your butt, your back. Bring your hands like that, fingers pointing up, keep the elbows in. Now, lift your legs up in the air. Keep looking straight up. Don't look around. So now keep your hands on your back. That's supporting you. And then lift up, because now what happened is you drop down a little bit. Now put your hands right here on your bra. There. There. So you were in it, what happened? So let's come down. Put your hands on the floor. Don't put your hands where you're putting them. Both legs out. Listen to Daddy. Both legs out. Press into your hands and lift your legs overhead. Not one at a time, sweetie. Both at the same time. Lift your hips. Lift your hips. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Lift your hips. Keep your hands here. Keep your hands here. Clasp your hands together in a fist. Do it again, because you came into it and you came out of it. Now put your hands on your back. Now lift your legs up into the air. Lift both legs up into the air. Now, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get your elbows a little closer together. Now smile. Oh my God, isn't that nice? Yes. A little scary, but nice. This is called Salamba Saravangasana, all supported limb seat. Okay, let's try it. All right, that's good. That's good. Now, everybody, bend your knees and bring your knees onto your forehead. Now, see if you can put your toes on the floor behind your head. Put your toes on the floor, but keep your hands on your back. Not here, but on your back. Now, lift your knees away from your forehead. Clasp your hands together in a fist behind your back. And you're going to not look to the side. Do not look to the side, okay? Good. Then bend your knees and bring your knees alongside your ears. Hold on to the back of your knee joints. And breathe for a second. Karnapidasana. Good. Now put your hands on the floor toward the wall behind you. And then use your hands like brakes and slowly come down one at a time. Good. And then lift your torso up and unfold your mat. Move your blanket off to the side. Lay down on your back. And then press into your elbows, puff up your chest, come onto the top of your head. Fish. Now, remember when we did this last week, you're going to keep your legs straight. You're going to press into your elbows, and you're going to puff up your chest, and you're going to come onto the top of your head. So relax extend here, lifts, and there. Good for you. And so this looks good, except you could lift a little higher. Look at there. Good. Then press into your elbows. Bring your chin into your chest and come down. Now everybody put a blanket, a rolled up blanket, one of your rolled up blankets underneath your knees. And then lay down on your back. And then as you lay down on your back, now relax. Because now Shavasana is relaxation. So you've contracted the body. You've contracted and contracted and contracted. Now it's easier for the body to actually relax. So I'm going to help you with that. So starting with your toes, tell yourself, toes, relax. Feet, relax. Ankles, relax. Shins, relax. Knees, relax. Thighs, relax. Hips and buttocks, relax. Abdomen and lower back, relax. Chest and upper back, relax. Shoulders, relax. Biceps and triceps, relax. Forearms, relax. The hands, relax. The fingers, relax. The throat relaxes. The jaw relaxes. The face relaxes. The eyes sink deeper into the skull and relax. The crown of the head relaxes. And even the hairs on the head relax. And finally, you realize the whole body has relaxed. Gently start to deepen the breath. And by means of the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms overhead. And stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. And bend the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And just gently roll over to the right side. Dominga, you're so good. And then pressing the left palm into the floor, lift the torso up and come up to a seated position. And then setting up nice and tall. Just take a moment, close the eyes. Inhale deeply. And exhale everything out. Inhale again. And exhale. And then just gently bring the hands together and bow the head slightly. And thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you, Dominga, for teaching with me today. And everybody, have a beautiful rest of your day. And if you have any questions, we're happy still to answer questions. Like if there's any questions about what we did or what is happening next week. Next week is handstands. Ooh. So for those of you who may have, and it's interesting, in this practice we do a lot of inversions. Depending on, if you start practicing, just always tell the teacher if there's like sometimes people don't want to do inversions because they're on their moon cycle. Sometimes they can't because they have cataracts or loose retinas or water pressure behind the eye. All those, there's always good reasons to not. But do know that even down dogs and inversion, your heart is above your head, right? So inversions practice, we do a lot of inversion practice here. But I have a lot of students who can't do the major inversions, headstand or headstands or forearm stands because of eye problems. So we're always aware of that. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you next week. It was a nice class today. I think we got a lot accomplished and done. And we're able to address people individually. Sometimes when this class gets overpacked, you can't get to everybody individually. You can. It's kind of. Oh, and if you rented a mat from us, just leave it there. We'll clean it. Yeah, just leave it right there. We'll clean it. Yes. So do we do Shalabhasana with a block? The thing I was trying to get you to do is do more like a hip width distance.
Yeah, but if it's like this, then the distance of the knee
To the shoulder. And what you find is that there's some people, it depends on the person. If they're super duper thin and they don't have a lot of musculature, they'll like be too close. If they're thicker, wider block is going to make them go out too far. So in reality, it's probably like some people should have it on the middle, some people should have it on the narrow end, some people should have it on the wide end. It's not one size fits all.
yeah.